everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Alexandra and I just wanted to take a few minutes before I really get into the commentary of this video to say thank you to all the people that watch. Like I said in the last one, it's still just my friends, but you know, your guys' support means everything to me, so thank you so much. Anyway, getting into the video, I started a series on my channel called CAS Construct, but the order is actually flipped. It's just construct and CAS. So I build first, and then I make a family /sim/ whatever it is, who I envision living in that space. I think every space has its own unique sort of personality, look. There's something beautiful about just the way that a place is decorated, a way it's built, that sort of, I don't want to be like, super corny and say feng shui, but genuinely the sort of ambiance to a place really does kind of dictate, or you can kind of imagine the people that live there. So, as you can tell from the title of this video, excuse me, that this is my dream apartment. This is something that I have been thinking about for a long time. I don't know where I got the inspiration from. I really didn't. I just envisioned a place in my mind, and The Sims, I guess does for anyone, gave me the ability to imagine or realize the place that I wanted to make for myself. So this is something that kind of gave me issues that I think I will be able to fix later. I'm not sure. I still have to kind of experiment with the place, but nonetheless, if you guys know how to fix this issue that I'm about to describe, please leave your answers in the comments. That really means a lot to me. So the problem with split leveling, for some reason, I think that you have to build the floor first and then delete whatever comes next. I think you have to build the actual foundation first and then delete the cutaways and then put the walls, because for some reason I saw that, I think now you can notice that the flooring, even though it's the same shade, it doesn't register as well. It's almost like that place, no matter how many lamps I put in there, don't illuminate the same way. That issue does get resolved later. I think it's actually resolved now. I don't know what happened to fix that issue, but you do see that the shades are the same. But also, even though I thought that the problem with the lighting was fixed, I realized that when I opened up the build in order to take B-roll and to take screenshots, that because it had opened up during the winter, the cutaway part of the foundation had snow all over the bottom, so I had to cheat the season and make it summer so that it would melt, so that I could take, so that the wood floor would show. But I do believe that can be fixed. I think I have to watch some tutorials on that, and maybe I can make a new updated video about how I actually, or that could be a tutorial that I make for you guys when I figure out how to do this correctly, how to make split level flooring. There are a lot of different videos of that already online, but then I could make a preceding build after I do the tutorial first. So yeah, one thing that I would like to address before anything else, I know it seems like this build kind of just progressed into this random thing, but I cut away some of the walls because the doors were giving me a hard time. I wanted to show 2 doors opening up into a balcony, and then there's being these long, beautiful curtains that sort of flow with the wind. That doesn't happen yet. They kind of do move, but not so much where it looks really pretty, the wind is actually blowing in, whatever, blowing in the curtains, but whatever, that's neither here nor there. So what I did was I deleted, I drew out walls out into the balcony, and then I put doors, then deleted the walls, and I was left with the door. So it kind of looked like it opened up, but it left me with this big gap that I wasn't really happy with. So I covered it with the curtains that you see now. But ultimately, because I realized that the curtains cover that gap anyway, they covered also another issue that I was having, was the fact that I couldn't get any two windows and door to match, really, that I liked. That sort of had this modern but kind of Parisian French look to it. But because, thankfully, the curtains were opaque enough to cover the build, but that you saw it was glass, I was able just to draw like a wall there and then put regular doors. I really didn't intend for that balcony to be usable space. As you see later, I think I do put out some plants there, and the majority of that space is already taken up, so it wasn't really meant. It was just there for decoration. Ooh, I don't know, why am I talking so fast? Anyway, in the corner where I kind of have this recessed wall, I found this really cool trick on YouTube, or I believe it was Instagram, where they had, and I forget the word, I keep forgetting the word. It's not an armoire and it's not a closet, but the other clothing storage thing. I'm really sorry, I keep forgetting that word. Yeah, that thing. If you Alt-9 the clothing rack that comes with Moschino stuff, if you Alt-9 it and raise it, then it can really look like this dual modern space for clothing storage, and I think it's great. So here you see me just playing out with what rugs I wanted. For some reason I keep gravitating back to this contemporary rug from Tiny Living. It's such a beautiful rug and I love it so much. I don't really think it's just so simple and so pretty at the same time. It's very versatile. I think it goes like in any build. So I think like in the future videos you will see me constantly gravitating back to it. I really have only two styles, ultra modern or ultra old. So but you know, building's a process of coming out of your shell and figuring out what it is you like and gaining inspiration from Pinterest. You know, the classic way. And sort of developing your tastes and seeing that, you know, there's more out there to the world than what you know, originally just like. But yeah, so I don't know if no, I still haven't fixed that wall issue. But what you will see me do in the coming minutes is just put down a bunch of things that I like in terms of clutter, because I think that the clutter is really pretty, but I don't constantly want to have to search the catalog over and over and over again when I am working on a specific room. So I just like fill up the floor with all this junk. And in the end, I think it finds its own space. No, it does find its own space, because it's not just going to be sitting there on the floor. This idea that I saw, so bits and bobs of like things that I like are inspired that I see everywhere, obviously. The shape of the apartment is something that I just imagined on my own. I haven't really seen like a split level apartment like that. That's something that I think a person would be hard pressed to find, really, like a split level apartment. For the same reason that like you kind of have an issue manipulating apartments even in The Sims, is that you would be making alterations to the fundamental shape of the building. So I think that is why I just did it as its own separate lot in Newcrest and really try to figure out how to make split level apartments in San Myshuno. I think you can do it like in the penthouse ones, but that's where you can just delete the entire thing and almost build like your own home on top of a building. Yeah, but that's not really like having like a small studio like in the Spice District or somewhere else, so that doesn't really count, I guess. So yeah, back to that fake fireplace thing. A YouTuber named Kelsey Simone, when she filmed a vlog of shopping for her new bedroom, she had this gorgeous idea where she got this fake fireplace stand that really, like, I think she painted it white, and inside she put all of these books kind of stacked on top of each other, and the covers all matched the same color, or they didn't really match the same color, but they all had this like white, off-white, sandy color, and it just looked really pretty because it was meant to be like a placeholder inside. I mean, like the actual mantle itself of the fireplace. Sorry. I'm so sorry about that. Didn't look great on its own. It just like looked like it was taking up space. It was kind of boring. So she filled it up with all these books, and I took inspiration from that and I put it as decoration there. So one thing I wanted to talk about, which I was sort of looking into, was getting that mod that I see on Miss Griffey's channel. It's like this red shelf that allows you to basically put things on any surface. Not everything clips, and even when you use that Alt-9 combo to lift or to raise or lower a particular object, it doesn't always clip to the surface. Like it doesn't always match the surface. It's either too low and it's either inside the surface or it's just like a little bit above. Sometimes it's not noticeable, but other times, like if you're just, I don't know, if you're like me and things like details matter to you because you'll catch it from the corner of your eye, that shelf seems like it's really, really useful. So that's something that I'm thinking about getting. And if I do get it and you see me use it in the future, I will always leave down links in the leave links below to all the mods that I have or any custom content. So yeah, so here I think you see me put down some plants on the outside, and I also use like that pretty vine, and I can't remember, I think it's from Get Together, on one of the windows. I think it just looks gorgeous, and I've always loved like that New England / England ivy growing on the side of the wall, and I added it there, not on all the windows because I still think the lights needs to pour in. Anyway, the rest of the build is really self-explanatory, but I did want to talk about something else because I think either yesterday or the day before that came out the trailer for The Sims 4 Eco Living expansion pack, and I do want to reserve like serious judgment until the pack comes out and I get it and then I see what it has, but I was a little disappointed with what I had seen in terms of gameplay because I thought it was super specific. I get that we all voted for the game pack. I get that we all voted for Eco Living, and then from that pack we also, or from that vote, I should say, rather, we got Laundry Day. But I think that the reason why Laundry Day was so successful and everybody loved it was because it was so versatile. If you wanted to live that sort of off-the-grid lifestyle and build your own or kind of like clean your own laundry by hand and then hang it on the clothesline, you could. But also if you wanted to, you could have a washer dryer set. And I thought that that was so wonderful because, oh yeah, okay, let's take a few seconds from your regularly scheduled rant. Here is where I fixed that, and I go in with the Moschino stuff door. Yeah, because I realized, I mean, at the end of the day, they all look kind of similar, and especially when it's hidden behind some curtains, it looks, I mean, you virtually can't tell that it doesn't match from the outside. Doesn't really matter. Anyway, back to the rant. So yeah, I thought that sorry, I have like something stuck in my throat. So I thought that, it was a super niche sort of gameplay aspect, and it was disappointing in the fact that, I mean, it goes without saying that if you don't like a pack or you're not interested in the objects that it comes with, you really don't have to buy it. But I think that even from a company's perspective of wanting to earn as much money as you could, wouldn't you want there to be a pack that kind of has aspects for everyone? Like, I know the people that don't necessarily like farming could love the idea of having certain animals, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, horses kind of just come with farming anyway, but I felt like you could build like certain ranch style homes, or you could build barns, or have that in your build, and that would have been so nice. But I think like the eco living of having to actually have the gameplay of changing this world and making it more, or like making it clean, was something that already came in Sulani or came in Island Living, and they just kind of extended that more and made it into its own expansion pack. I don't know, I felt like we were kind of cheated. No, not cheated, but I mean, obviously, like, everyone should wait to reserve their judgments until the pack comes out, and I don't have to remind everybody that, yes, these are things that you can purchase on your own time, when you wish, if you wish to. But it just seems like even like the clothing, if you looked at the clothing, it wasn't really the best. The only thing that I'm really looking to from the pack is like the more modern, is the cargo crate, or like the container crate wallpaper. I would love to make some container homes, some container tiny homes. That seems like a really interesting avenue to go down. And that and ladders. I think the ladders are going to be a base game update, but I don't know. Other than that, I just was kind of really underwhelmed with the commercial, or the trailer for it. And frankly, I didn't feel like it was, I don't know, it just didn't have that wow factor that everybody was hoping for. They really could have done something else or taken it in a different direction. But, you know, it is what it is. And I guess we'll just have to wait until June 5th to see what it is. Good thing, though, it is coming out for console and PC at the same time, so that's really nice. Anyway, those are my thoughts on that. I don't really want to be too judgmental. Now we're getting really close to the end of the build here. We're just working on some last minute details, like fixing up the bathroom. I kind of did this L-shaped counter where I have 2 mirrors, a built-in one into the actual vanity set, and one hanging off the wall. I don't know. I was kind of starting to like run on fumes. I was building this at like 3 a.m. and I didn't know what I wanted to do. So I did put in some extra things for a cat, and like I put like a cat tree, and I put in a litter box. Because this is a CAS and Construct series, I think that ultimately you can imagine that because it is my dream apartment, I will be following up this video with a CAS video of my sim self, which is interesting enough, I guess. I don't know. It's really hard to look in the mirror and then try to build me. It's nice to think about like what is like the perfect sim, or what is like a really good looking sim, but then trying to do yourself. Okay, that's just terrible. I don't want to say that, but like trying to make yourself in The Sims is not something that's the easiest thing to do. And it almost seems kind of weird having to constantly look back into a mirror and then analyze your own features. But I do that anyway when I want to judge myself, so it is what it is. Yeah. I think we're really close to the end here, and I just want to say thank you for watching the video. If you like this, please leave a thumbs up, comment, and bye.